Gentlemen, namaste and a very warm welcome to all of you to the Blub World's 4th Global Education Meet and the 121st Roundtable. In the last 120 roundtables, more than 1,500 school leaders have shared their ideas, opinions, innovations and observations in the K-12 space on this very platform, and we've documented somewhere around 500 amazing ideas out of those, and out of which 100 ideas are right now being tested across 6,500 schools across the world for their scalability, feasibility, and we'll be again sharing one more white paper at the end of the Global Education Meet as well. So the basic idea behind creating this platform was to create an idea repository जो लोग आसानी से रेफर कर सकें और को-लर्निंग स्पेस जैसी एक जगह बन जाए जहां पे हम सभी लोग एक दूसरे से सीखते रहें। So आज जो अगले 60 से 100 मिनट आप हम लोगों के साथ लगाने वाले हैं, उस समय में हम चाहेंगे कि आप लोग हमें 3 चीजें बताएं। सबसे पहला, आपको क्या लगता है कोविड ने शिक्षा में क्या बदल दिया हमेशा के लिए? दूसरा, 2021 शिक्षा के लिए कैसा होगा, उसमें क्या क्या आप करेंगे? एंड तीसरा और सबसे महत्वपूर्ण, थोड़ी सी क्रिस्टल गेजिंग या भविष्यवाणी कि आपको क्या लगता है 2021 में क्या होने वाला है। अभी तक की जितनी भी हमने राउंड टेबल्स करी ग्लोबल एजुकेशन मीट के अंदर, उसमें बहुत सारे अच्छे आइडियाज लोगों ने दिए। हमारे साथ आज भी इस टेबल पर 2 चेयर्स हैं, एक चेयर एक वो चेयर। वो लोग आपके दिए हुए आइडियाज को जज करेंगे और टॉप 3 आइडियाज बाहर निकालेंगे और उनको हम लोग अवार्ड करेंगे 10 तारीख संडे को, व्हेन वी हैव एन अमेजिंग लिस्ट ऑफ गेस्ट स्पीकर्स फॉर यू। शुरू करेंगे हम श्री प्रोफेसर अनिल सहस्त्रबुद्धे से, AICTE चेयरमैन। देन वी हैव पद्मश्री गौरी ईश्वरन ऑन संडे। Then we have Dr. Sanjay Roy, founder of Jaipur Literature Festival, talking about literature and children and schools. तो वो सभी जने 10 तारीख को आपसे मिलेंगे और क्लब का एक बहुत अच्छा सरप्राइज उस दिन आप लोगों के लिए वेट भी कर रहा है। But before we start today's round table, just some basic format of it. This is a bilingual platform, so आप अंग्रेजी या हिंदी में से कोई भी भाषा इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं। कोशिश करें कि इसके अलावा तीसरी कोई भाषा इस्तेमाल ना करें, क्योंकि वो समझ नहीं आ पाएगी। सेकेंडली, ये पूरा समय जो आप हमें देने वाले हैं, ये स्पीच मैराथन नहीं है, ये एक स्पीच का स्प्रिंट है, 100 मीटर की रेस है कि आपके पास थोड़ा सा बोलने का समय है और उसमें आपने अपना सबसे बेस्ट आइडिया सबसे जल्दी दे देना है, ताकि उस छोटे से समय में लोग आपकी स्पीच को सबसे ज्यादा एंजॉय कर सकें। क्योंकि मार्टिन लूथर किंग ने कहा था कि अगर मुझे 1 घंटे की स्पीच देनी होगी तो मैं उसकी बिल्कुल तैयारी नहीं करूंगा, आधे घंटे की होगी तो शायद थोड़ी कर लूं, लेकिन अगर 5 मिनट की होगी तो मेरा पूरा दिन केवल उस तैयारी में लग जाएगा। तो आज जो 3-3 मिनट आप लोगों के पास हैं, उनमें ऐसे आइडियाज दीजिए कि जो पूरे देश भर के, पूरे दुनिया भर के 6,500 स्कूल्स जिनको सुन सकें और उनको अपने इंस्टीट्यूशंस में इंप्लीमेंट कर सकें। मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंटली, हम आप सभी लोगों का और आपके आइडियाज का बहुत ज्यादा सम्मान करते हैं, पर अगर आप गलती से भी समय एक्सीड करते हैं और आप म्यूट किए जाते हैं तो प्लीज डोंट गेट ऑफेंडेड। वो आपके सम्मान को ठेस नहीं है, वो केवल उस समय की पाबंदी है। So I hope nobody gets offended and you enjoy the next 60 to 100 minutes that you're there with us. So thank you once again for joining in. A very warm welcome to all of you to the Blub World's 4th Global Education Meet and the 121st Roundtable, where we talk about restarting education, innovative strategies for the new session. जब हम इसको restarting education कह रहे हैं तो उसके बहुत सारे aspects हैं, ये केवल restarting schools के बारे में नहीं है। So I hope कि आपके ideas बहुत सारे हों, बहुत अच्छे हों और बहुत engaging और entertaining भी हों। So a very warm welcome. Let me now invite the chair of the round table for today. He comes with an experience of higher education, लेकिन higher education schools को कैसे देखती है 2021 में, और वो क्या चाहते हैं, किस तरीके से collaboration हो और स्कूल से यूनिवर्सिटी का ट्रांजिशन किस तरीके का हो, जब हम एक ऐसा साल देख रहे हैं जहां एकेडमिक कैलेंडर एग्जिस्ट ही नहीं करता और ये समझना ही मुश्किल है कि कब स्कूल खत्म है और कब यूनिवर्सिटी शुरू। सो वेरी वार्म वेलकम टू डॉक्टर श्री हरि प्रकाश होनवाड़, वाइस चांसलर श्री पदमपत सिंघानिया यूनिवर्सिटी उदयपुर। सर, ओवर टू यू फॉर द नेक्स्ट 3 minutes and a very warm welcome.
Thank you. I didn't know I was to start the thing, and you have given me this thing that I have to chair this. I should have really prepared something if I was to chair this. But considering it's about schools, let me put across what, as a higher education person, what are my expectations from the schools, especially the students who come from schools to higher education. My expectations are they have acquired certain self-learning techniques. They have the comprehension, and they have the minimum critical thinking abilities, and in terms of linguistics as well as analytical and arithmetic abilities. This is absolutely essential for a student coming to higher education, because most of the other things, it looks like we are trying to teach them all over again, and that's where I'm coming from. Particularly during this COVID situation, I want to understand from each one of you, while I have tremendous amount of respect for the teacher, the lower the class, my respect for that teacher is higher. Somebody who is teaching kindergarten, my heart goes out to them. I'm willing to take out my heart and put at the feet of those teachers. Somebody who is teaching at 10th standard, I would bow down to them. Somebody teaching at 12th standard, I'll just fold my hands to them, because they are doing a much tougher job compared to what we are doing at higher education. So I would like to open this with what have been the travails of this unprepared online shift we have done. At higher education, we find that we are losing students very easily on the online platform, more because these students have this habit of, even if they're sitting in the class, they're daydreaming and they're mentally away from the class. And now we have lost the three powerful things which the teacher had. One is his presence in the class, his aura, where he can watch all the students and make sure that everybody is paying attention. That he has lost. The second thing he has lost is attention span. The student has got only either a 6-inch screen or at best a 11-inch, 10-inch screen, which is the laptop or a mobile. And outside of this, he has got his entire household activities which are happening around him, which are also vying for his attention. Maybe somebody has switched on the TV, maybe the mother is busy in this thing. He gets those smells, the noises, and sometimes somebody will offer him, and maybe his siblings will want him to do something, and in these kind of circumstances, we find that synchronous learning is going to be a big challenge. And all the time we have been, as teachers, we have been trained to do synchronous learning. I mean, even face-to-face learning, we want the student to sit in the class and learn from us. Our attempts have been to translate it by making him sit in front of either the mobile or a laptop and listen to our lectures and this thing. What is exactly our experience in the schools on synchronous learning? We have at the university level finding that mixing synchronous and asynchronous learning is beneficial, because the number of hours the student is supposed to sit in front of a screen is really putting a lot of strain on the student, and the focus and the attention spans, knowing the current millennials and generation Z, whatever, generation Alpha, whatever you want. You're looking at even a few generations further down the line. We don't know what they are going to throw challenges at us. This generation attention spans, knowing what they are, what exactly are we thinking of? We are trying to, at university level, we are trying to mix up synchronous, asynchronous level methodologies, and trying to combine them so that we are able to give feedback to the students, and we are able to receive appropriate feedback about how the learning is happening. I would like to really understand from the school teachers, because I know school teachers really have a much better understanding of students compared to the higher education teachers, for the simple reason that the school teachers are trained in teaching methodologies. Higher education teachers are only trained in the domain areas. And whatever we do at higher education is a few of us who are willing to think, and everybody else falls in line. I would be very happy to take lessons from the schools if we have any. What we are trying to do, I have given an indication, and I would love to hear from our experts here who are much more innovative and who.
Thank you so much, Manwar sir, for this amazing start. The time was over, but we'll try to come back to you again. इस प्लेटफॉर्म की एक यही दिक्कत कहें या एंटरटेनमेंट कहें, यही है कि इसमें समय पूरा होते ही यू गेट म्यूटेड. बट सर ने एक बहुत ही बढ़िया स्टार्ट दे दिया कि हमें एक हायर एजुकेशन इंस्टीट्यूशन बच्चों को किस तरीके से देख रहा है या वो क्या क्या एक्सपेक्टेशंस लेके आ रहा है. बिकॉज अब व्हेन वी टॉक ऑफ द एनईपी और मार्च में आने वाला एनसीएफ, द नेशनल करिकुलम फ्रेमवर्क, तो हमें एक चीज समझनी होगी, अब केजी टू पीजी लेवल अलग अलग साइलोज नहीं है, ये अब एक्चुअली जुड़ गया है. इनकी सिग्नलिंग, इनका सर्टिफिकेशन, सब कुछ एक साथ हो गया है, क्योंकि आपको बच्चा स्किल स्कूल में करना शुरू कर देना है, जो कि काम टिपिकली यूनिवर्सिटीज करती थी. आपको पेडागोजी वहां बनानी है, आपको इनको एंगेज वहां करना है, इंटर्नशिप्स आपको स्कूल में देनी है. तो इसलिए ये पूरा जो सेगमेंट था, इतना बड़ा वैल्यू चेन, ये सब कुछ एक साथ अमेलगमेट हो गया है. तो अब हमें इसको एक नए एस्पेक्ट, एक नए पर्सपेक्टिव से देखना होगा. तो सर ने जहां बात शुरू करी, एक्सपेक्टेशंस फ्रॉम अ स्कूल, एक तो सेल्फ लर्नर चाहिए, इनको एक्टिव लर्नर होना चाहिए. नंबर दूसरा, कॉम्प्रिहेंशन उसका बहुत अच्छा होना चाहिए. तीसरा, मिनिमम क्रिटिकल थिंकिंग, उसको ये अंडरस्टैंडिंग होनी चाहिए कि थिंकिंग अपने आप में एक सब्जेक्ट है और उसकी समझ जो है उसको वो कंट्रोल कर सकता है, उसके थॉट प्रोसेसेस को कंट्रोल कर सकता है. एंड ऑरा ऑफ द टीचर, जिसपे उन्होंने बात करी कि टीचर की इमेजिंग और पोजिशनिंग तो है, लेकिन ऑरा गायब है, क्योंकि बच्चा एक स्क्रीन देख रहा है, उसके आसपास शायद घर की रसोई है, डाइनिंग टेबल है, भाई दोस्त कजन कौन कौन है ये नहीं पता. तो सिंक्रोनस लर्निंग एक बहुत बड़ा चैलेंज हो गया है. सो इन सारी बातों के साथ में लेट्स इनिशिएट दिस डिस्कशन. हम लोग कोशिश करते हैं हर राउंड टेबल में वेरीड थोड़े से लोग हों बोलने वाले, ताकि प्लेटफॉर्म पे हर तरीके के पर्सपेक्टिव्स और ओपिनियंस आ सकें. सो लेट मी नाउ इनवाइट द नेक्स्ट स्पीकर फॉर टुडे, Mr. Venkat Iyer, who's the Chief Operating Officer for Luma World from Mumbai, Maharashtra. Venkat ji, over to you for the next 3 minutes. Please unmute your audio and a very warm welcome.
Thank you so much. It's a great honor to be here, and I don't know if my credentials really are in line with all the eminent speakers that are present here. However, I will try my best to contribute as much as I can, and put across my points and judge evaluately as to all the innovative ideas that are going to come through. I would like to start off by first commending all teachers, parents, students, schools, because the pandemic started off as something that you can't plan for. One fine day you're told that classrooms are shut, schools are shut, learning has to change. And the amount of, the adaptive nature of parents, teachers, schools, as well as students, the emotional, mental, the physical change that is required has been commendable. And I think everyone deserves an applause, because the education industry has not only come across as very resilient, but also has found newfound opportunity at a stage where we can really launch ourselves forward to create a whole new generation of responsible thinkers. To just highlight a few emerging trends, because education and the passion for education is something that keeps me awake every night, as long as it means meaningful change for learners. I think a few emerging trends are very important to note. The first thing is rising inequality. When education shifted from physical domain to a digital domain, there were learners that could easily cope because they have access to infrastructure that allows them to do that, and a lot of learners who were really left out in the lurch because of their inability to do so. So ideas that are holistic and lift everyone together would possibly be the starting point in revamping or restarting education, as I would say. A good example is students who have the privilege of having technology could access or progress better because of undivided attention, the rise of tutoring apps, focused learning. While I read recently somewhere that UNICEF itself says that about 463 million children, do not have access to remote learning, which is about 30% of the learning workforce globally. And that's a real eye opener for all of us here to think about ideas that can, bring them up to a level where education continues. I think the importance of schools in public society has been highlighted very well. Parents, teachers, people who are part of the education industry also now realize that schools are safe spaces for kids. They are more important, according to me, than religious places, even because they create the future of our nation. They shape the future of our nation. And it is very important that we understand that schools are places where learning must happen. And when you're moving to that learning aspect to homes, the involvement of parents becomes even more crucial. I think we have a newfound respect for teachers, what they do, the efforts that they put in.
Thank you so much, Venkat ji, for adding the industry perspective to it. हम लोग हर राउंड टेबल में ये कोशिश करते हैं कि अभी तक केवल 2 ही स्टेक होल्डर्स होते थे पूरे एजुकेशन सेक्टर में, या तो एजुकेशनिस्ट या लर्नर. अब एक नया सेगमेंट जो पूरी तरह से आ गया है वो है एड इनेबलर्स का, या एजुकेशन एक्सपर्ट्स का, या एडटेक प्लेयर्स का, या ऐसे प्लेयर्स का जो कि हाई एंड स्किल्स स्कूल एजुकेशन में लेके आएंगे. क्योंकि एआई स्कूल नहीं पढ़ा सकता, कोडिंग पढ़ाने के लिए स्कूल अभी इक्विप्ड नहीं है, उसे अपने रिसोर्सेज बढ़ाने होंगे, नहीं तो पार्टनरशिप्स बढ़ानी होगी. इसीलिए इन कॉल्स में हम लोगों ने अब से एडटेक या इस पूरे स्किल सेगमेंट को, कि जो एड इनेबलर है, उनको हमने जोड़ना शुरू किया है, क्योंकि आप अपनी इंडस्ट्री एक्सपर्टीज अब स्कूल्स को देने वाले हैं आने वाले समय में. सो थैंक यू सो मच. आपने जिन चीजों पर बातें करी कि राइजिंग डिजिटल डिवाइड, अगर इंडिया की बात करें तो इंडिया में करीबन 60% लर्नर पॉपुलेशन ऐसी थी जिसको पूरे लॉकडाउन में किसी तरीके की कोई भी एजुकेशन नहीं मिली. या तो उनके पास डिवाइसेस नहीं थे या इंटरनेट नहीं था, किसी न किसी तरीके से वो शिक्षा से पूरी तरह डिस्कनेक्ट हो गए. इसको पैच करने के लिए, जैसे जस्ट सम डेज बैक वी हैड समबडी फ्रॉम भूटान, तो उन्होंने बताया था कि भूटान ब्रॉडकास्ट सर्विसेज ने लेसन्स टीवी पर पढ़ाने शुरू कर दिए, जैसा पहले दूरदर्शन भी करता था, लेकिन अब नहीं कर रहा है, जो कि उसे शायद करना चाहिए था ड्यूरिंग द लॉकडाउन. क्योंकि इंडिया में डिजिटल डिवाइड बहुत ज्यादा बड़ा है और बहुत ज्यादा ग्रेव है, उतना आसानी से पैच होने वाला नहीं है. इकोनॉमिक डिवाइड तो था ही, डिजिटल ने उसको और ज्यादा बड़ा कर दिया. व्हेन वी टॉक अबाउट लर्निंग के ऊपर अब फाइनली रिसोर्स का एक बहुत बड़ा क्वेश्चन मार्क लग के खड़ा हो गया विद डिजिटल क्लासेस. हमने हर गांव में स्कूल तो खोल दिए, लेकिन अब जब स्कूल ही एक्टिव नहीं हो पाया तो बच्चे लर्निंग से दूर हो गए. सो थैंक यू सो मच. लेट मी इनवाइट द नेक्स्ट स्पीकर फॉर टुडे. बिफोर आई इनवाइट हर, ये आपसे शेयर करेंगी एजुकेशनल सर्विसेज, स्कूल कंसल्टेंसी और इस तरीके के पूरे जो एक आप समझ रहे हैं जो अपर लेयर है स्कूल डिस्कशंस की, उनके ऊपर किस तरीके का उनका पर्सपेक्टिव है, क्योंकि बहुत सारे स्कूल से इंटरेक्ट करती हैं. सो द नेक्स्ट स्पीकर इज सपना झा, फाउंडर एंड मैनेजिंग डायरेक्टर of Hapgen Educational Services Private Limited from Noida, Uttar Pradesh. Sapna ji, over to you for the next 3 minutes. A very warm.
So, good evening to all. First of all, I would like to thank BloodWorld for organizing the Global Education Meet. Now, coming to the topic, as you all know that COVID-19 pandemic has impacted every aspect of our life. And to this, education is not at all an exception, right? And when we think about the future and when we plan for the students, educators, staff, everybody to come into the school again in the next academic year, then it is really very critical to re-engage, rebuild relationships and lay a foundation for great academic learning. Because now we not only need to address the basic physical safety needs, but also the social, emotional and environmental factors that has impacted the educator's capacity to teach and the students' capacity to learn. Even though the shift from the offline to the virtual learning environment was drastic and very quick, and I really want to appreciate all the educators of the world to have that drastic change. But still, many of the learners couldn't get access to the basic education. Then the full impact of the COVID-19 and the collateral consequences of isolation, fear, and the economic hardships that the stakeholders are going on, it has created a potential trauma for all of them. So, acknowledging the challenges in mind, I believe the innovative strategies must focus on the following areas. So, when we are planning the curriculum, instruction, and the assessment for an year, there must be an emphasis on building staff capacity to deliver highly effective instruction in the hybrid environment, so that even if the learning is physically available, that is very good. And if any pandemic situation comes, then we have the online environment for that. The most critical is to address the learning gap, because many of the learners haven't got the access to the education. So the learning gap must not prevent students from achieving the academic excellence. Second is provision of a professional learning. Parents, staffs, educators, students, everybody has to get a professional learning where they get adapted to the new learning environment to understand what is more required, physical, online, or a blended. Third is technology and connectivity. So all stakeholders must ensure that every student has an access to connectivity and technology. This will help us to prepare for the next pandemic. Fourth is collaborative approach. Schools must develop plans that are innovative, cultivate a clear sense of shared goal and purpose to fulfill the dreams and aspirations of the learners. And I must say that in any situation, the will to win must not die, winning not the peers, but one's own failures. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sapna ji. To summarize, social emotional impact जिसने सभी जनों को इफेक्ट किया, पूरे एजुकेशन स्टेक होल्डर्स को. कोलेट्रल इफेक्ट ऑफ कोविड ने सबसे एक असर तो ये था कि एजुकेशन रुकी, उसके साथ में बहुत सारे कोलेट्रल इफेक्ट्स उसके ये भी आए. साइकोलॉजिकली हम लोग बदल गए, हमारा सोसाइटी से इंटरेक्शन चेंज हो गया और कम्युनिटी की स्पिरिट वापस से आ गई जो कहीं गायब हो गई थी. जैसे पुरानी कॉलोनीज के अंदर लोग मिल लेते थे, आसपास के लोगों को जानते थे, वो चीज वापस से हुई. हमें कम्युनिटी बनना वापस से शुरू हो गए, भले ही ऑनलाइन हुआ, ऑफलाइन हुआ, हर तरीके से हुआ, बट अगेन वी रियलाइज कि कम्युनिटी होना कितना इंपॉर्टेंट है. देन बिल्डिंग स्टाफ कैपेसिटी, हमें अपने टीचर्स को अपस्किल तो करना ही था, बट अब जो कंसर्न है वो ये है कि अब आने वाले समय में जब आपको ब्लेंडेड लर्निंग करनी है या सब मिला के दोनों को बैलेंस करना है, तब आप क्या क्या आइडिएशन करेंगे. एंड द लर्निंग गैप हैज टू बी एड्रेस, कि जहां जहां बच्चे डाउट्स रह गए या कुछ नहीं समझ पाए उसे वापस से समझना होगा. सो थैंक यू सो मच सपना जी. लेट मी नाउ इनवाइट द पीपल हु रियली फाइट इट आउट एवरी सिंगल डे. अब अगला समय है उनसे बात करने के लिए, जो स्कूल लीडर्स हैं, कि जो इन ऑनलाइन क्लासेस के लिए सबको कन्विंस कर रहे थे, पेरेंट्स और बच्चों की अटेंडेंस बढ़ाने की कोशिश कर रहे थे और हर दिन वो झगड़ा असल में अपने हाथों से कर रहे थे. तो उनका क्या पर्सपेक्टिव है ऑन रीस्टार्टिंग एजुकेशन एंड व्हाट डू दे थिंक विल 2021 ब्रिंग टू द स्कूल. क्योंकि जैसा सोचा गया था कि जहां जहां स्कूल्स खुलेंगे वहां पर फ्लड गेट होगा, कि जैसे पहले स्कूल खुलते थे और बच्चे बहुत सारे आ जाते थे, लेकिन हुआ इसका विपरीत. कर्नाटका, आसाम, जहां जहां स्कूल्स खुले वहां अटेंडेंस 3 से 12% के बीच ड्विडल कर रही है. इससे ज्यादा बच्चे नहीं हैं. और उससे भी बड़ा फैक्टर ये है कि अब एटमॉस्फेयर कंफ्यूजन से भरा हुआ है, क्योंकि बच्चों को नहीं पता कि स्कूल आके असेंबली में जाना है या क्लास में जाना है. कोई जानता नहीं कि सोशल डिस्टेंसिंग बनाए रखनी है या सैनिटाइजेशन करना है. सो एक कंफ्यूजन का जो स्टेट है, इसके ऊपर लोग क्या कहते हैं या स्कूल लीडर्स क्या कहते हैं, एंड मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंटली पेरेंट्स का ट्रस्ट, कि क्या वो वापस बच्चे को स्कूल भेजने को तैयार हैं. So let me now invite the first school leader for today, Dr. Richa Prakash, Principal, Allen House Public School from Kanpur, Uttar Pradesh. Richa ma'am, over to you for the next 3 minutes. A very warm welcome.
Thank you, Daksh. Thanks a lot. And I'm at the outset definitely very thankful to all the participants of it, the panelists with whom I'm sharing this virtual platform. So going to the main aspects, restarting education, and I think the very important thing that has happened, which we have observed, is varied changes that have come about. And when I'm talking about varied changes, is something which I have observed in my community of parents, teachers, and students, is there has been a lot of appreciation from the parents. That is the one thing which I have noted and noticed. For schools, and this has sort of generated a lot of trust in the parent during this time. And of course we are keeping in mind the idea that there has been a big divide, and the factor of equity is definitely something which is which cannot be seen as something which is working in terms of providing the services to everybody, but keeping the scenario of a particular school, a private sector school in mind. What I have noticed, and as I have mentioned, there has been a lot of appreciation, and it has really generated this trust in the parent towards the school. And when we say the school, towards the teaching community, there had been times, and I'm sure many occasions, where where teachers and schools face this issue where the parent doubted the worth of a school. But I think that is something which has been showcased during this time of the pandemic. The second, the next aspect would be, this has definitely, of course, teachers have almost evolved a pandemic pedagogy, I would say. There has been a scaling of the use of the resources, the learning tools. Teachers who, or we presumed, would be inhibited from using it, or would have a lot of inhibitions in using this technology, have overnight turned into these tech savvy individuals. They have created these platforms, and they have really worked on different platforms and tried to choose the best alternatives. Like many of us perhaps moved from platforms like Zoom to Google Meet and to other learning platforms as well. So this brought in a lot of trust that has been generated between parents, teachers, and to be able to use this technology to its optimum. As Sir had said in the beginning, that I think this during this time, what we have learned, we should not let go. We should continue with this asynchronous learning in the future also. We should create these resources and allow these resources to be used continuously, and not see it as a part of the happening of the pandemic, the fright of the pandemic. Then I think for the schooling and the importance of a school has been really.
Thank you so much, Richa मैम. आपने अपने एक्सपीरियंसेस और परसेप्शंस हमारे साथ शेयर किए कि इतने समय में किस तरीके से स्कूल और स्कूल के आसपास की सोसाइटी चेंज हुई है. ट्रस्ट तो स्कूल्स पे बढ़ गया है क्योंकि आपने बच्चों को कंटेन्ड और कंट्रोल्ड और एंजाइटी फ्री रखा पूरे पेंडेमिक के दौरान. लेकिन हाँ, ये चीज जरूर है कि अब स्कूल के सेफ्टी प्रोसीजर्स पे पेरेंट्स बिलीव कर पाए नहीं कर पाए, उसके ऊपर भी बहुत बड़ा क्वेश्चन है. क्योंकि पूरी कम्युनिटी में एक बहुत मेजर चैलेंज ये हो रखा है कि बच्चों की हेल्थ का ओनस या रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी कोई लेने को तैयार नहीं है. ना तो सरकार तैयार है, ना स्कूल तैयार है, और स्कूल तो शायद उसको लेने की क्षमता भी नहीं रखता. तो वो एक बहुत मेजर क्वेश्चन है कि जब स्कूल वापस शुरू होंगे तो इस सवाल का जवाब कौन देगा कि अगर बच्चा स्कूल में बीमार हो गया तो. ये एक ऐसा क्वेश्चन है जिसके ऊपर बहुत सारी कंसर्न लूम अराउंड कर रही है. लेट मी इनवाइट द नेक्स्ट स्पीकर फॉर टुडे. वो एक ऐसे स्कूल से आती है जहां पे डिसिप्लिन सबसे बड़ी प्रायोरिटी है. तो वो डिसिप्लिन और साथ में क्यूरियोसिटी और इनोवेशन, इनको बैलेंस कैसे करेंगी 2021 में. लेट्स ट्राई एंड नो इट फ्रॉम हर. वेरी वार्म वेलकम टू डॉक्टर प्रेरणा मित्रा, प्रिंसिपल आर्मी पब्लिक स्कूल लखनऊ, उत्तर प्रदेश. प्रेरणा मैम, ओवर टू यू फॉर द नेक्स्ट 3 minutes. प्लीज अनम्यूट योर ऑडियो.
Very good evening to everyone, and it's really heartening to hear so many speakers, and it's my privilege to be a part of this virtual platform, sharing the views just directly, because I know after 3 minutes my mic will be muted. We all know that this online education, it is all set to redefine the academics, and it is a big way with the knowledge orientation. So coming straight away, there are only a few, I think, suggestions which are from my side. I agree with my fellow speaker, Ms. Richa, that parents are really very happy, very satisfactory. And along with the children, they have also learned a lot. And moreover, they have recognized the significance and the value of teachers also. Because the way they are handling the children at home, and I'm sure that they have all praises for the teachers. So I would just like to quote 2 acronyms, which are the suggestions from my side in case we need to strengthen and we need to restart education, the innovative strategies. The acronym which I would definitely like all of you to just follow, and I'm sure I keep on reiterating on this acronym, that we have to plan small. With the coming time, we know that there may be a lot of changes, and certain things are still uncertain. NEP is still in force, and we need to work upon that. So first thing is the plan small. That is the acronym. If we start with PLAN. So first of all, we know that teachers have to really prepare themselves according to the various dynamics that they'll be facing in the classroom, online classes. And then they have to also learn. They have to also make the children learn. That is P and then L. L stands for learning with innovations and innovative ideas. A stands for applying the knowledge. That is whatever teachers are imbibing through this online teaching, they have also become digitally smart. So they need to deliver in an interesting manner so that students are there to attend the classes online too. And then is N. N stands for nurturing. We have to nurture the potentials of the students with their soft skills and also the value-based education. Because during this online teaching, I'm sure that children need to also be enforced upon the values that they need to carry. And then we talk about the next acronym, that is SMALL. So S, if we need to restructure education, restart it. So S stands for strengthening the distance and the blended learning. We all know that we need to, first of all, make our Wi-Fi connectivity very strong in the school. Then only online teaching is possible. If we talk about M word, M stands for multidisciplinary teaching and learning. And because now is the time where we can correlate the main subjects with the other activity subjects like art integration, then CBSE has initiated with the Fit India movement. So many more other subjects can be correlated, interrelated and taught to the children. Next, A stands for augmented learning. I'm sure everyone is aware of that. Now the trend is changing. There are so many terminology which is coming in: augmented learning, augmented reality. Then L stands for leapfrogging education. That means like we have the Atal Tinkering Lab. The Niti Aayog has already initiated that, and O labs are also there. And last, L stands for learning, which has to be managed in a right manner with experiential learning too. So this is the takeaway, an acronym. I'm sure that it forms the complete suggestion of what strategies we can adopt with this new education, which will be enforced, and we'll be working online and offline in this new norm.
Thank you so much, Prerna ma'am, for this acronym Plan Small. और शायद ये जो वर्ड है ये भी बहुत ज़्यादा important है, क्योंकि बहुत लंबी प्लानिंग अभी कोई कर नहीं सकता, क्योंकि उतने क्लियर डायरेक्टिव्स ना गवर्नमेंट की तरफ से हैं, कहीं से भी नहीं है. तो हमें छोटा छोटा और स्टेप्स में ही प्लान करके काम को आगे बढ़ाना होगा. So as you said, prepare, learn, apply the knowledge, nurture, strengthening the blended learning, multidisciplinary, augmented learning, leapfrogging, and finally manage learning, या लर्निंग को इस तरीके से मैनेज करना कि वो कंटिन्यू हो पाए, इंटरेस्टिंग रह पाए. क्योंकि बच्चा अब जो स्कूल वापस आने वाला है वो वैसा नहीं है जैसा आपने उसे भेजा था. वो काफी कुछ चेंज हो चुका, उसका एटमॉस्फेयर चेंज हो चुका, उसका इंटरेक्शन चेंज हो चुका. तो ऐसे बच्चे को वापस स्कूल में आप एंगेज कैसे करेंगे? एक स्कूल लीडर ने अभी कुछ शायद कल या परसों में ही ये बात बोली थी ऑन वन ऑफ दीज प्लेटफॉर्म्स इटसेल्फ कि अब जो बच्चे स्कूल वापस आए हैं वो ये एटीट्यूड लाए हैं कि उन्हें हर 15 मिनट में लेटने की इच्छा होती है. दे वांट टू लाई डाउन बिकॉज घर पे वो वही कर रहे थे. तो उनको वापस क्लासरूम के लिए ओरिएंट कर पाना, अपने फर्नीचर पे बिठा पाना, ये भी एक काम होगा, क्योंकि घरों पे वो सोफे के अकस्टम्ड हैं. अब स्कूल वापस कितना रास आएगा ये अभी नहीं पता. So thank you so much, Prerna ma'am. Let me now invite the next speaker, Mrs. Nabanita Gupta, Assistant Headmistress, Netaji Girls High School, Siliguri, West Bengal. Nabanita ma'am, over to you for the next 3 minutes. Please unmute your audio and a very warm welcome.
Good evening. I am audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Thanks for inviting me in this global platform. And thanks, Daksh. I have listened to all the dignified educators and have gained many ideas. Mostly all the points have been discussed thoroughly. We have passed 9 months of this crucial pandemic situation. We have lost many things, but have gained also many things. And we have to be positive, and the outlook should be always positive for that. We have never thought of achieving such a high technological knowledge within this short span of time. I'm here from Siliguri, District Darjeeling, West Bengal, and representing a state government school where students come merely from middle class family, and mostly all the children are first generation learner. I feel proud to say that 80% of children have uplifted their knowledge and capabilities technically, and they have gained maximum knowledge of technology for online classes. We have given the children activity tasks, and their guardians have submitted, and the tasks were corrected, and everything we have done. The teachers also have trained themselves to technically sound, and they have also taken online classes. Now, coming to our new strategies, which we should follow for coming academic session in this new normal condition. Here, I shall quote Swami Vivekananda. According to him, education is the manifestation of perfection already lying in men. He has stressed education for creating self-confidence and self-respect. Now, how we can create this perfection, self-confidence and self-respect among children? I'm talking about small children from class 5, 6, 7, 8. So my first point is, by maintaining all protocols, sanitization, local distancing, etc., whatever is being guided by the government, the children should come to school at least once a week, single class-wise, to clear their doubts. This will make them accustomed to school life. They will get the affection of a teacher and personal attention, which will boost them mentally. If this does not happen, soon many children will lose their interest towards study, mainly from rural areas, because rural children, they are much more engaged in other activities than your school activities. So if they do not come to school, they will lose the interest for their education. And one more thing, this technologically advancement has given students much more attached to mobiles. And I have seen children always playing mobile games and all. And this has given them that the parents, they are going out for the work, but the children, they are staying with the mobile. So I request that the schools at least once a week are.
Thank you so much, Navanita ma'am. The time slot was over, but we'll try to come back to you. आपने जो बातें बोली उसमें सबसे important जो हम आगे लेके जाना चाहेंगे is Tier 2, Tier 3 शहरों में बहुत ज्यादा ड्रास्टिक इम्पैक्ट हुआ कोविड का. स्कूल्स की फीस पूरी तरीके से बंद हो गई थी, बच्चों के पास रिसोर्सेज नहीं थे, घर पे डिवाइसेस नहीं थी, और फर्स्ट जनरेशन लर्नर्स को वापस से टेक्नोलॉजिकली एंगेज करना अपने आप में बहुत बड़ा चैलेंज था, जो कि स्कूल्स को पार करना पड़ा, जो आप लोगों ने भी किया. एंड जो एक बहुत बड़ा चैलेंज है कि वहां पे पेरेंट्स भी तैयार नहीं होते, वहां पेरेंट्स का परसेप्शन भी पहले चेंज करना पड़ता है, तब जाके फाइनली वो बच्चे को टेक्नोलॉजी पे लेके आते हैं. वो एक बहुत मेहनत टास्क हो जाता है, तो वो आप लोगों ने सक्सेसफुली किया. दैट्स ग्रेट टू नो कि फर्स्ट जनरेशन लर्नर्स में भी 80% बच्चे आप वापस उन्हें एजुकेशन रिज्यूम करवा पाए, ये काफी बड़ी बात है. सो थैंक यू सो मच नावनीता मैम. लेट मी नाउ इनवाइट द नेक्स्ट स्पीकर फॉर टुडे, डॉक्टर मधुर गुप्ता, प्रिंसिपल सेंट जेवियर्स कॉलेज फ्रॉम बेंगलुरु, कर्नाटका. Madhur ma'am, over to you for the next 3 minutes. Please unmute yourself.
Good afternoon all, and thank you Blub World for inviting me as a speaker. So I'll not be taking much of your time. So I'll start it with, we all know what are the problems we faced in 2020 because of COVID. So I'll not be into much of the problems. I'm handling MBA students and postgraduate other courses student in Bangalore. So here some ideas are like, I feel we have done a lot of mindfulness, whatever was being taught on the digital platform, it's based on knowledge, text, and very less of mindfulness. So let's move towards mindfulness where student can learn certain skills, social compatibility, because it's very important. School is like a miniature society, and learning alone as an individual is as good as, learning to become an individualistic, which will create a lot of psychological issues in the coming years. So I have some suggestions how we can overcome with that. So first is, in the coming year, this new year, let's have the equity lens planning, which means it's a model where parents and students can be a part of the curriculum planning and structure with the schools and higher educational institute, and they can modify different plans as per the need. We also need to, another point, we also need to move to highly agile approach, where small groups can be made, and it should work as a rapid iterative cycles of actions and reflections and planning, as we do not have to give a lot of time in the deep planning because we are not knowing now how things will be changing. So let's plan for the smaller time for 1 month, see the actions, get the reflections, and then again replan it. And also what kind of impact on all students and all other, children, higher education or lower education are going through it. And another thing, parents should be a part of education now. A lot of parents have understood, how children are learning or they are not learning. So in the coming year, my idea is, less of text and more of skill approached learning, more of the innovations and ideas from children. Children are full of innovation and ideas, but we only, cut their freedom by giving them a lot of knowledge, facts, which is existing, and what is relevant today will not be relevant, after 5 years. So better to, make children more smarter by understanding their ideas and their mind rather than fill them up with a lot of knowledge. And another thing I would like to enhance here for the higher education, what kind of students we are getting, they're not even basically good in communication. So school should rather, giving them a lot of text and, a lot of reading material based on certain kind of other things, which we all forget. We know now how much we remember what we have studied in schools or colleges. It should be more on the experience. It should be more on the making children street smart, which is totally missing. So my idea of the new education or the coming year is only to make children.
Thank you so much, Madhur ma'am. To summarize the points that you said, आपने काफी अच्छे कुछ points बोले, जिसमें सबसे important मुझे जो अच्छा लगा is mindfulness से mindfulness. हम लोग अभी केवल content delivery का काम कर रहे हैं online classes में, जो कि हमें समझना होगा is not teaching. केवल कंटेंट देना, क्योंकि नाउ यू आर नो मोर द कस्टोडियन ऑफ नॉलेज. कस्टोडियन ऑफ नॉलेज तो वो सर्वर्स हैं जो गूगल के डेटा को सेव करके रखे हुए हैं, बिकॉज नॉलेज और कंटेंट या इंफॉर्मेशन बहुत सारी है ऑनलाइन. अब आप बेसिकली फैसिलिटेटर्स हैं और आपने विजडम इंपार्ट करना है. तो विजडम इंपार्ट करना नॉलेज का असल कोर प्रोसेस है, उसी के ऊपर अब आपने काम करना है. अब ऑब्जेक्टिव को रीडिफाइन करना होगा. इट कैन नॉट बी जस्ट गिविंग इंफॉर्मेशन. किताबें या किताबों की सूचना उतनी क्रिटिकल नहीं है जितना उस सूचना का इवैल्यूएशन इंपॉर्टेंट है. वो इवैल्यूएशन अब आपने सिखाना होगा कि फर्स्ट हाउ टू लर्न एंड हाउ टू थिंक एंड हाउ टू आइडिएट. क्योंकि व्हेन वी टॉक ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजी एंड फोर्थ इंडस्ट्रियल रेवोल्यूशन की टेक्नोलॉजीज, तो वो केवल एक ही काम नहीं कर सकती. एआई, मशीन लर्निंग, डीप लर्निंग, इन सबको कोई भी डिसीजन लेने के लिए पास्ट एक्सपीरियंस चाहिए. लेकिन ह्यूमंस को कोई भी डिसीजन लेने के लिए पास्ट एक्सपीरियंस जरूरी नहीं है. वो नए चैलेंज को भी फाइट आउट कर सकते हैं. तो इसी ह्यूमन कैपेबिलिटी, इंट्यूटिवनेस पे हमें बहुत काम करना होगा व्हेन वी रिज्यूम एजुकेशन. फिर आपने बताया हाईली एजाइल अप्रोच चाहिए कि पेरेंट्स और स्टूडेंट्स को करिकुलम डेवलपमेंट या प्लानिंग के प्रोसेस में इन्वॉल्व किया जाए. कम्युनिकेशन के ऊपर और ज्यादा काम किया जाए स्कूल में भी, एंड मोर टुवर्ड्स एक्सपीरियंसेस देन जस्ट एजुकेटिंग या ट्रांसफरिंग ऑफ कंटेंट. So thank you so much, Madhur ma'am. Let me invite the next speaker for today, Ms. Sandhya Prabhakar, Principal, SG International Public School from Bengaluru, Karnataka. Sandhya ma'am, over to you for the next 3 minutes. आपसे वापस से हम वही जानना चाहेंगे, क्या इनोवेशन आपने करी और आपकी 2021 की भविष्यवाणी क्या है?
Okay, thank you, Mr. Daksh, and thank you one and all for inviting me. First of all, the host for this Global Educators Meet. I believe I'm one of the last speakers, and most of the points which have been discussed were also on my list of agenda. Nevertheless, I'll try to just reiterate some of the points that people have spoken. I will right away get to the suggestions because a lot has been spoken already about what we faced, how we graduated from a mortar brick classroom to a virtual classroom. So I'm not touching on those points. The first suggestion I would give is, as suggested by many of us, right now, currently there is a highly skewed or a non-equitable learning right now. So when the students come back to us, that's going to happen. They have already started coming back. So we may have to categorize them at their learning levels.
This will be the first step for us to categorize them. A pre-teach test or a pre-teach assessment should be done to find out exactly where the student lies. And based on the learning or the learning outcome that we say, based on that, the children have to be bracketed into different groups. It may also happen in some cases that a child of grade 5 may have to be bracketed with a grade 3 child. It might happen. This year, there has been a lapse. So when we are able to achieve that, first, if you're able to identify the gap, and if you're able to bracket the child as to where the child has to be seated or where the child has to be restart learning, the curriculum planning has to be foolproof, super effective. Like somebody else also mentioned that it should be done in small bits because we don't know how far the next session is going to be. I would rather feel that we'll have to have a plan for 3 years. Like at the end of 3 years, where does this child stand? That would be our broader perspective. And then plan for the smaller iteration plan. Like, what is the skill that has to be developed? How many days of skill development? When the testing should happen? When should we do the reinforcement and remedial teaching, and so on and so forth. And we also have to have a parallel curriculum for the ones who have done extremely well despite the pandemic, because they have the access, they have the motivation, they have the atmosphere at home, and they're doing really well, just like in an ordinary classroom. So we at least will have 2 to 3 levels of children, customized teaching, customized curriculum, customized assessments, but at the end of the year, all of them have to reach a level. So that is where the challenge lies for the leaders and the teachers to plan. The next adaptability where we have to go in for blended and hybrid classroom teaching. Blended and hybrid or synchronized teaching, or whatever name you call it. So currently we have started this in our school. We are doing an offline class wherein we are also admitting the online class children. So we have started this experimentation this week. It's going on well. So like rightly said, it's not going to end here. This will have to continue perhaps. The next suggestion I would have is a flipped classroom, where the onus of the learning goes to the learner. So in this case, what happens? The learning module is given to the child learns. The actual practice or the application, what has to be done in presence of the teacher. Like example, math, you probably have to teach a theorem. So send a module. The child listens.
Thank you so much, Sandhya ma'am. आपने कुछ बहुत ही अच्छे ideas दिए, but the time was over. We'll try to come back. So just to summarize what you said, सबसे पहले तो highly skewed learning जिसके ऊपर आपने बात करी, जो सच में हकीकत है कि same class के बच्चों का learning level बहुत ज़्यादा different है, और उनकी वो दोनों मतलब अपने value chain या आप कह सकते हैं polar ends पे हैं बच्चे. कुछ बहुत अच्छा कर रहे हैं, कुछ बहुत ही खराब कर रहे हैं, जो कि नॉर्मल फिजिकल क्लासेस में केस नहीं होता है. सब जने आसपास होते हैं अपनी ग्रोथ साइकिल में. सेकंड, बच्चों का कैटेगराइजेशन करना एज पर लर्निंग लेवल्स एंड प्री टीचिंग टेस्ट, ये एक बहुत अच्छी चीज है, जिसके लिए कल परसों में भी एक आइडिया आया था कि आप हर बच्चे का एक बेसलाइन टेस्ट ले लें कि भाई ये यहां से ऊपर है तो वी कैन कैटेगराइज इन दिस वे, यहां से नीचे है तो वी कैन कैटेगराइज इन दिस वे. क्योंकि अगर ये नहीं हुआ तो बहुत सारे बच्चों का कॉन्फिडेंस टूट जाएगा और शायद इंटरेस्ट खत्म भी हो जाए, जो कि एक काफी चैलेंजिंग चीज होगी आने वाले समय में. एंड 5 और 5th क्लास और 3rd क्लास के बच्चे एक साथ बिठाने पड़े, ये शायद रियलिटी हो रही है बहुत जगहों पर, बिकॉज कुछ बच्चे कोप नहीं कर पाए हैं, वो पूरी तरीके से उस पूरे सेटअप से ही बाहर हो गए हैं एक तरीके से, तो उनको वापस रीओरिएंट करना थोड़ा डिफिकल्ट होगा. एक 3 ईयर का प्लान बनाना मिनिमम विद प्रोजेक्शन, और बाकी छोटे छोटे प्लान्स बनाते जाना, क्योंकि इतना क्लियर डायरेक्टिव हमारे पास नहीं है. फ्लिप क्लासरूम और ओनस ऑफ द लर्निंग गोइंग ऑन टू द चाइल्ड, ये चीज बहुत ज्यादा क्रिटिकल है, क्योंकि अब बच्चा आपके पास अगर जैसे बाय चांस स्कूल में आ भी जाता है, आप उन्हें सबको एक साथ बुला नहीं सकते, आपको उनको टुकड़ों में बुलाना होगा, बैचेस में बुलाना होगा, तो सबकी लर्निंग कंटिन्यू हो, इसलिए आपको हमेशा कुछ जनों को ऑनलाइन और कुछ को ऑफलाइन कंटिन्यूअस पढ़ाना होगा. तो ऐसे में लर्निंग को एट पेस रख पाना थोड़ा मुश्किल होगा. तो आपको कंटिन्यूअस उनके टेस्ट, छोटे छोटे टेस्ट, अलग अलग तरीके के टेस्ट ऑर्गेनाइज करके बार बार उन्हें अप टू पेस, अप टू मार्क लेके आना होगा. So thank you so much, Sandhya ma'am. Let me invite the next speaker for today, Miss Simi Jhakad, academic advisor and teacher trainer at GDR, the Gurukul, Panipat, Haryana. Simi ma'am, over to you for the next 3 minutes. Please unmute your audio, and a very warm welcome.
A very good evening to everyone, and thanks to Blub Your question, Daksh, is talking about the prediction of the session. Yes, I strongly believe that 2021-22, the gardens of education will be colorful with the smile of our children, and the music of their innocent laughters will be causing to make the universe a beautiful place. I strongly believe. And children will come back to their favorite place, that is schools, with their favorite person, that they are friends. And most important, they will talk and listen to their teachers, not in the virtual way, but they will feel them, they will in real see them and listen them. They might come with the bitter experiences of family financial crisis or direct or indirect emotional breakdown. Teachers have to tackle this. Schools need to utilize this time before they have to come in planning these all things. This is the right time. I think we should plan each and every small thing, that how the new session will start, and in shifts, how we have to call the students, how we have to take care in one shift or two shifts, and which teacher is going to handle which segment of the academics, offline, online, whatever, and with the which furniture we are going to use, which room we are going to use, very small things. As we have already listened that the problems are going to be there, and how we are going to handle that, this is very important. With the timetable, syllabus, and with activity calendar, whether we are going to have it or not, with all the physical arrangements. And then morning assembly in open area is very important, should be organized every day, where mass drill should be there. The morning songs should be sung with the prayers, which gives the positive feather, because this is everyday rules and regulations, what are to be followed, that can be revised before they go back to their classes. And the drill, that gives the physical exercise as well as the fitness. When we are, before they go back, very importantly, with one story, which has some positive message, should be narrated by the principal or any teacher, which will show the magical result. We have seen this. And the schools, those who are worried about the syllabus and the result, what result we are going to have, they are talking about syllabus, they should change their priority now. This year, we should forget that, talk about more of the healthy survival. Rest will be taken care in the future. CBSE has already cut down the syllabus and the exams are already postponed. So we need to update our priorities. This is very important. Before we call the students and teachers and other staff members should be fit and fine, so that if they have any problem, if they have.
Thank you so much, Simi ma'am. So आपने जो बातें कही उसमें एक जो मुझे सबसे डोमिनेंट फैक्टर लगा वो ये था कि बच्चों का मोटिवेशन और इंस्पिरेशन को कंटिन्यूअसली ऊपर रखना, भले ही आप उन्हें सुबह असेंबली में इकट्ठा करके वो करें, क्लासेस में करें, स्टोरी शेयरिंग करें, कम्युनिकेशन करें, उनका ट्रस्ट और उनका कॉन्फिडेंस, इन दो चीजों पर बहुत काम होना चाहिए. काफी सारे स्कूल्स ने रिहेबिलिटेशन क्लासेस प्लान करी हैं, जहां वो बच्चों को स्कूल में आने के बाद स्कूल से वापस रीइंट्रोड्यूस करा रहे हैं कि भाई अब आपके ये टीचर्स हैं, ये आपके घंटे हैं, इतने घंटे आपको ये बैठना है, ऐसा होगा. बिकॉज बच्चे उस चीज के लिए अब सच में तैयार नहीं है. हायर क्लासेस में तो फिर भी थोड़ा बहुत वो अलाइंड है क्योंकि समझदार हैं, लेकिन छोटी क्लासेस में ये बहुत ज्यादा ग्रेव चैलेंज है. So thank you so much, Simi ma'am. Let me invite the next speaker for today. He brings a unique kind of an experience to the table. He was a school leader some time back and now runs an education technology company. So a very warm welcome to Mr. Rajan Sethi, who's the CEO of Infoflux EduTech Private Limited from Dehradun, Uttarakhand. So Rajan ji, over to you for the next 3 minutes. A very warm welcome.
Thank you, Daksh. A very good evening to all the eminent educationists present. अभी मैं इस चीज की बात नहीं करूंगा कि लर्निंग गैप बढ़ गया है, इनइक्वालिटीज हैं, दे वर ऑलवेज देयर एंड आई सपोज विद टाइम वी विल बी एबल टू ओवरकम दोज इनइक्वालिटीज आल्सो एंड दोज लर्निंग गैप्स आल्सो. अभी मैं एज अ पार्ट ऑफ द एजुकेशन सिस्टम फॉर लॉन्ग, बीन अ स्कूल प्रिंसिपल फॉर ऑलमोस्ट 10 years, अभी कुछ चीजें मैंने जो रीइन्वेंट करी, जो क्वेश्चंस मेरे दिमाग में अब बहुत दिन से चलते आ रहे हैं और चलते रहे हैं, मैं ये सोच रहा हूं कि क्या हमारे जो schools हैं वो इस समय whatever has changed, it has changed so fast. Are we in a position to equip our students with the skills of the future, which are basically the survival skills which our students will be requiring? अभी सोचने में बहुत अलग लगता है when we talk about things, लेकिन digital revolution, AR, VR, AI, coding, robotics, they will be a part and parcel of the education. We cannot stop it from coming. We will have to manage our resources. Maybe I am looking at schools now, which I will call as powered up schools. Now, these powered up schools will have a strong linkage with the community, strong linkage with the parents, strong linkage with the business houses, entrepreneurs, a wide range from where the education to the student will come in actually. So it is time for us schools to recognize it and come out of that conventional system of education, because अभी 10 साल बाद मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि मैंने बच्चे को सिर्फ याद कराया, useful कुछ नहीं कराया. My all things were just targeted about finishing off the syllabus, getting the marks, and that is what we need to come out of. We need to have a new breed of schools coming up, schools which can give 21st century skills to the students. And the most important skills we are talking about is the innovation. और अगर मैं innovation की बात करूं तो schools ने इस COVID के समय में ये prove करके दिया है कि they have been highly innovative, and that is how they have been delivering the content and the education to the students. Only the thing is we need to carry it more forward to a longer period of time, and definitely we need to if we need to give something to the students, we need to learn it first. If we want to teach our students to be collaborators, we as schools will have to initiate collaborations, which I talked about, whether it is community, whether it is parents, whether it is anything. Any skill will be equally applicable for our schools as it will be applicable for our students. There is no doubt about it that we need a gradual shift in the way we teach, what we teach, and what skills do we impart to our students. And I think this period has given us a time to reflect on a lot of things, what we are doing in these schools and where we are leading to. I think we are all educationists, and we will definitely move from here to a point where education will be a reality for all children. Thank you.
Thank you so much, राजन जी. आपसे इसी तरीके का एक हमें वक्तव्य का एक्सपेक्टेशन भी था, क्योंकि आपने दोनों पार्ट ऑफ द वैल्यू चेन देखे हैं. यू हैव बीन अ स्कूल लीडर फॉर क्वाइट अ लॉन्ग टाइम एंड नाउ यू आर पार्ट ऑफ द एडटेक कम्युनिटी. तो हमें ये सच में समझना होगा कि स्कूल को अपने पुराने स्ट्रक्चर को छोड़ना होगा और एक नए तरीके के स्ट्रक्चर में जाना होगा जो बहुत फ्लूइड होगा. जस्ट सम डेज बैक समवन शेयर्ड कि स्कूल क्या केवल अब एक सर्टिफिकेशन एजेंसी रह जाएगा. इसके ऊपर बहुत ज्यादा ध्यान देना होगा, क्योंकि अगर स्कूल ने अपने मॉडल को रिवैम्प नहीं किया तो केवल आपके पास बच्चा इसलिए आ रहा होगा क्योंकि उसे सीबीएसई बोर्ड का एग्जाम देना है. उसके बियॉन्ड आप उसे क्या देने वाले हैं, उसका वैल्यू प्रोपोजिशन होना, बहुत क्लियरली डिफाइंड होना, और वो मोनेटाइजेबल होना बहुत जरूरी है. क्योंकि आज का पेरेंट जो है वो रिटर्न ऑन इन्वेस्टमेंट के साथ में रिटर्न ऑन एजुकेशन भी देखता है कि आपने जब पढ़ा दिया तो बच्चे की फाइनेंशियल वर्थ उसके करियर में कितनी है, या क्या वो उससे इकोनॉमिकली सस्टेनेबल लाइफ बना सकता है या नहीं. So thank you so much, Rajan ji, for adding this perspective. Let me invite the last speaker for today, Ms. Nimisha Sanghvi, founder Sensorian EduTech from Mumbai, Maharashtra. Nimisha ji, over to you for the next 3 minutes. Please unmute your audio.
Thank you, Dash. And it's an honor to be with all you guys. So about pandemic and also we don't need to repeat, except the fact that pandemic has only accelerated the technological advancement to school, which was anyways inevitable. The biggest challenge that, and teachers have risen to the occasion, there's no question about it. But the biggest challenge that, one saw faced by students was lack of attention. And by teachers was lack of motivation. And we feel that, to get both of these back, some of you suggested flip classroom, hybrid technology learning, and it is all teacher needs to bring back to the classroom so that the non-academic learning, which is the biggest loss that has happened for a child, is taken care of. Children learn so many things in the school beyond books, and that is completely lost in this whole, sitting at home, learning on mobile phone, laptops, and probably sometimes not even just viewing the recorded lessons. So that loss needs to come back. And we feel that when we add creativity to the way the lessons are taught, that is going to help bring in the skills that are required, because today the information is at the fingertip for the child. They are well versed with technology, they know where to look for, they have the information. What they need is the skill to be able to analyze that information. That skill was something that the teacher was doing for them in the classroom, subtly, unknowingly, but now it will have to be done consciously. So the more you bring in creativity in the way you're teaching the lesson, it will increase the motivation of the teacher, it will bring the attention back of the student, and the most important thing is they will have fun learning. The learning which has become boring, because I see kids around me and it's like, oh, now it's going to be online. But it should be, wow, it's going to be online and I'm going to meet my friends and here we are going to do something fabulous. We are going to have a storytelling session. We are going to have snowball learning. There's so many techniques that we do. And I've seen teachers respond to this in our workshops when we do it with teachers. It's phenomenal. The way they are charged and the way the lessons are imparted, it will make student ready for the next 21st century skills that someone spoke about. Those skills are more important. Academic learning, now they've understood how to do. The technology is there for them and it's not going away anytime soon, COVID or no COVID.
थैंक यू सो मच निमिषा जी, आपने बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट एक बात के ऊपर सबका ध्यान खींच लिया कि जो नॉन एकेडमिक लॉस था उसके ऊपर काम होना बहुत जरूरी है, क्योंकि बच्चों ने बहुत सारी केवल पढ़ाई ही नहीं छूटी है, कम्युनिटी उनकी छूट गई, उनकी सेफ स्पेस छूट गई, तो उनको लर्निंग में वापस एंगेज करने के लिए थोड़ा सा एंटरटेनमेंट, थोड़ा सा एंगेजमेंट लाना होगा। आप केवल रूखे सूखे सिलेबस वापस चालू नहीं करवा सकते, क्योंकि वो करवा दिया तो बच्चे उससे डिमोटिवेट होंगे, रादर देन आगे की क्लास के लिए एनर्जाइज और रेडी नहीं होंगे। सो थैंक यू सो मच निमिषा जी। सो बिफोर वी मूव ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट सेक्शन, अगर आप में से कोई ऐसा है कि जो कुछ बोलना चाहता था इंपॉर्टेंट और वो मिस हो गया और वो कोई और नहीं बोल पाया, and if you want you can take a minute, अगर आप बोलना चाहते हैं तो you can put your hand up and I'll give the next 1 minute to you. हाँ सिमी मैम, over to you. बस ध्यान रखिएगा वापस 1 मिनट में म्यूट हो जाएगा। So,
yes, I just wanted to say that we have to do the unlearning first of all with the teacher and the other staff members. They are very important. If they are unlearned with their better experiences, then they will be able to handle the students and will be able to do the unlearning of the students. As in any field, we have already done that. The vocational education is still going on, and that will be taken care of. The students, their activities, as you are saying, these all things have to be taken care of, and that is very important. And with academics, these things are very important. We have to take care of that, and schools can plan the things, because the students, those who have lived the life with their joint family, if the grandparents were there, they are different. But those who have the working parents, and if they have lost their jobs or they were working from home and work from home, the pressure was there on them, which was shifted on the students, children. So they are the sufferer, we have to take care. So now what we are doing, we are making the list. Now, calling the parents and making the list, if something happened in the family.
थैंक यू सो मच सिमी मैम, आपने बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट एक फैक्टर पे बात करी, अनलर्निंग, या जिसको हम कहेंगे हमें हमारे प्रेजुडिसेस और पूर्वाग्रहों को त्यागना पड़ेगा। सबसे पहले अपने माइंडसेट से बाहर आना होगा ताकि हम लोगों का माइंडसेट और परसेप्शन समझ सकें। पेरेंट्स से बात करना, पेरेंट्स से फीडबैक लेना, एक स्कूल ने एक एक्टिविटी यही चालू की है कि वो बच्चों का फीडबैक ले रहे हैं पेरेंट्स से बिफोर दे इनवाइट द स्टूडेंट्स टू स्कूल, कि पूरे लॉकडाउन में बच्चा कैसा रहा है, उसके बिहेवियर में क्या चेंज आया है, उसकी लर्निंग पैटर्न में क्या चेंज आया, स्लीपिंग पैटर्न में क्या चेंज आया, ताकि व्हेन द स्टूडेंट कम्स बैक द स्कूल इज इन्फॉर्म्ड, कि उन्हें पता है कि हाँ ये बच्चा इस मेंटल स्टेट में है और हमें इससे यहाँ से नेक्स्ट लेवल पे लेके जाना है। सो डज एनीबॉडी वांट अ मिनट एक्स्ट्रा, या आई सपोज ओके नवानीता जी वांट्स अ मिनट, सो मैम ओवर टू यू।
थैंक यू दक्ष। मेरा सेकंड पॉइंट था कि दो हम लोग टेक्नोलॉजिकल एडवांसमेंट के साथ ही, उसके साथ ही ऑनलाइन क्लासेस के साथ हम लोग का आउटलुक थोड़ा चेंज होना चाहिए, एंड आवर आउटलुक शुड बी लाइक दैट। आई हैव डिफाइंड इट इन अ वर्ड, PERMA, PERMA. P stands for positive thinking, E, engagement in creativity. It means it may be in any form: art, writing, debate, dancing, anything, singing, competition, anything virtually. R, relationship among each other by helping others. Means one student who is accustomed to the technological advancement and the other is not, so he or she will help that children, that student, to build up the relationship, because now they are very apart from each other, so they are isolated. So there should be a bonding through online, say WhatsApp group or FB or any way. All the schools have their own pages also in Facebook. So in that way also they should help in relationships. M is managing studies subject-wise. The students should manage not only that creativity, but they should subject-wise also, they have to be more accustomed to the studies. And lastly, aspiration and appreciation from teachers. If the teachers...
Thank you so much, Navanita ma'am. ये वाला 1 मिनट भी पूरा हो गया. And yes, aspiration, क्रिएटिविटी और बहुत सारी प्रिपरेशन के ऊपर सारा का सारा दारोमदार या जिम्मेदारी है अब बच्चों के ऊपर आने वाले समय में. सो इफ एनीबॉडी वांट्स अ मिनट मोर, यू कैन टेक इट. ओके, प्रेरणा मैम वांट्स अ मिनट. मैम, प्रेरणा मैम को 1 मिनट.
Okay, Mr. Daksh, there are so many concerns of the stakeholders related to the writing skills of the children, which is actually receding day by day. So in that case, I will open this to the other leaders who are here, the educationists. If they have any ideas wherein we can retain those writing skills, what are the methodology that they are adopting? Number one. Second thing is, with this online teaching, children are doing, I think, exorbitantly so well when it comes to pre-boards and other exams, that they have learned the tactics of copying and cheating, and some way or the other they know how to manage with the numbers. So even the low performers who were conditionally promoted in the higher classes in 9th and 11th, they are scoring so high that even the children who have the potential to do well, they're doing so well. So may I just come up with this question to the this forum, wherein what are the strategies that the leaders can adopt to improvise these writing skills, and how can we form a standardized assessment tool for the children once they appear for the board exam? This is just a query.
Sure, प्रेरणा मैम, बहुत अच्छा क्वेश्चन आपने पूछा कि हम लोग राइटिंग स्किल्स के ऊपर वापस फोकस करें या बच्चों के असेसमेंट पे करें. सो डॉक्टर होनवाड वांट्स टू रिप्लाई टू दैट. फर्स्ट लेट्स गो टू हिम. Yes, sir. Please unmute yourself.
Yeah, I have two things. I hope to finish it in 1 minute. One is, the prediction is going to be multiple technological associations with the student throughout the day, throughout the night. You need to stay in contact with him in an asynchronous mode, and this contact should get translated into an assessment. That is the only way you can replace the cheating or whatever else is that is happening, because we have been paying too much attention to that exam, 1 hour exam, and the students have cracked that system. So we need to bring it back, and we need to there is a saying, we are doing assessments for learning. We must change. We are doing assessment of learning. We should change it to assessment for learning. In fact, I would say assessment as learning is the way forward, and that is going to really be a translatable mechanism, because it would be asynchronous, synchronous combined, and that is going to be a scalable model, especially in future, because we need to reach out across the digital divide also, and wherein the asynchronous model will really come in very high. I think I have finished it within the 1 minute. You can mute me happily and give that few seconds to somebody else.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir. And
एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट एस्पेक्ट पे आपने सबका अटेंशन ले गए कि रादर देन उस 1 घंटे के एग्जाम पे फोकस करके दुनिया जहान की टेक्नोलॉजी यूज करना कि बच्चा चीट ना कर पाए, से अच्छा है कि उसने जितना टाइम पूरी लर्निंग में स्पेंड किया है उसको आप किसी प्रोजेक्ट में या किसी ऑन ग्राउंड आपके हाथ में आने वाली फिजिकल चीज में ट्रांसफॉर्म करवा लीजिए, सो दैट उसका वो लर्निंग आवर भी जस्टिफाई हो जाए, उसको कुछ एप्लीकेशन भी करने को मिल जाए, और लर्निंग उसके लिए केवल एक एग्जाम का ऑब्जेक्टिव ना रह जाए. संध्या मैम वांट्स टू ऐड समथिंग. ओवर टू मैम.
So what we have done is we have come with multiple assessment systems. We've given MCQs, we've given assignments, We have given case study questions, and we have not revealed as to what weightage is for each. Okay, we have told them everything, you just do it. Okay, we have not given them that pressure. And we have also had online invigilation, madam, but still we found all the answers identical. So now we had a pre-board in December last week. So I took the risk of giving the children, a few children were called to school, the suspicious ones. We call them to school with parents' consent, of course. They wrote it right in front of us. And the ones who were writing at home, we asked them to share that image in the Google Classroom, and the same replica should reach us. The physical copies have reached us. But still, this is not foolproof. So, and what we also did was open textbooks, copy. It's okay. But the question was twisted. So that was another thing. And I teach English in one of my classes, and all the Google Baba was helping them extensively, particularly the vocabulary questions. Okay, so I joke about it. I make it look very casual. I don't get hyper about children copying. I try to make it very casual and have fun. Then they know, okay, it's not such a bad thing finally to copy. I mean, we should be casual is what I always feel. They will copy, children are, because they need those scores, right? But then I just underplay it. That's it. That's about our assessment. Coming to writing skill, what we do is we give different topics to the children to write, so that the answers are not identical. Generally, parents lower grades write the answers, write everything for the children. We're aware of it, but still we appreciate, and we put in a word, like if you were to write this, you can modify it further, and we try to do that. We also did another speakathon in December last week, end of December, wherein impromptu question topics were given. So those skills were intact. The child who can speak on the spot definitely will be better at writing. So we have done all kinds of things.
थैंक यू सो मच संध्या मैम. स्पॉन्टेनिटी को आपने टेस्ट किया, वो बहुत अच्छा एक फैक्टर है. बच्चों को अलग अलग टॉपिक्स पे लिखाना है. बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट जो आपने शायद सभी के लिए लर्निंग होनी चाहिए कि चीटिंग को अंडर प्ले करना शुरू कर दीजिए. उसको इतना सीरियसली मत लीजिए, क्योंकि अगर बच्चे को वो बहुत नेगेटिव लाइट में दिखेगा तो वो उसकी एस्पिरेशन बन जाएगा. तो चीटिंग को एस्पिरेशन मत बनने दीजिए. उसे उतनी नेगेटिव लाइट में जाने की बजाय उसकी पोजीशनिंग को खराब कर दीजिए एंड लेट इट बी कि ठीक है कर लो, कोई बात नहीं, बट यू नीड टू डू समथिंग मोर टू गेट दोस राइट मार्क्स. सो थैंक यू सो मच मैम. सो सिंस वी हैव कंक्लूडेड द टाइम, बिफोर दिस कॉल कम्स टू एन एंड, हम लोग ब्लब वर्ल्ड बिलीव्स इन अ वेरी सिंपल थिंग दैट टीन्स एंड चिल्ड्रन आर मच मच स्मार्टर देन ऑल ऑफ अस. और उस फैक्टर को समझने के लिए या उस फैक्टर को जगह देने के लिए पूरे एजुकेशन सेक्टर को एक चीज समझनी होगी कि we will have to talk to children. हमारे पास दूसरा ऑप्शन नहीं है. अब आप एजुकेशन इम्पार्ट नहीं कर सकते, आपको उसे शेयर करना पड़ेगा, बच्चे को अपना पीयर बनाना पड़ेगा, तो जाके आप इस क्लासरूम को कंटिन्यू करवा पाएंगे. नहीं तो वो बहुत डिफिकल्ट होने वाला है आने वाले समय में. So what we do on every call like this, we invite one teenager to share his or her creation, poetry, opinion या कोई ना कोई ऐसी चीज जो उसके अंदर के थॉट प्रोसेस को रिवील कर पाए. तो उसके लिए हम लोग साल भर बहुत सारी एक्टिविटीज अलग अलग जगहों पे करते रहते हैं. एंड उसमें से एक एक्टिविटी है कि जहां पे हम उनसे टीनेज ट्यून्स करके, जहां पे बच्चों से हम पोएट्री लिखवाते हैं. ये पोएट्री बच्चे अपने मन से लिखते हैं, अपनी अच्छी जो उनको लैंग्वेज पसंद आती है उसमें लिखते हैं, और ऐसे टीन पोएट से हम बार बार मिलकर उनकी क्रिएशन सुनते हैं. सो टुडे वी हैव वन सच टीन पोएट फॉर ऑल ऑफ यू who has won one of those teenage tunes poetry competitions. So listen to her poetry ki what does she think about things around her. So a very warm welcome to Akshara Nair from Alcon International School, New Delhi, India. So Akshara, over to you for the next 3 minutes. Please unmute your audio and let's listen to your opinion and your poetry. Over to Akshara.
Good evening to one and all present here. Thank you very much for the introduction. Akshara Nair from Alcon International School, studying in class 12th. And today I shall be reciting my self-composed poem in English, titled as An Ode. To that every memory, uncaptured, unfiltered, and pure, I write this little ode on you. The time when my little hands held that of my mother's, and the camera captured it. But Mama's coffee-colored eyes that day had a rose-colored tinge that was not captured, but my eyes did. The moment when my best friend entered the bus, and we shook hands for the first time. That moment I knew we'd be there for each other, that moment still clear in front of my eyes. To the time when I cried silently, when my friends broke my heart, to the time when my cries were loud and clear, and a friend was there to seal my broken heart. To all those times and the memories they brought, all those victories, happiness, gossips, and whatnot. I was happy in those blissful times, when a camera wasn't there to capture those teary happy eyes. To that every memory, uncaptured, unfiltered, and pure, I write this little ode on you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Akshara. बहुत सारे बच्चों ने बहुत सारी पोइट्री, बहुत सारा क्रिएटिव क्रिएशंस, बहुत सारी क्रिएटिविटी ब्लब वर्ल्ड के साथ शेयर करी अलग अलग समय पर, और उनको हमने जिस जिस प्लेटफॉर्म पे पॉसिबल था वहां उनको बुला बुलाकर अप्रिसिएशन शेयर किया. बिकॉज एक चीज जो हमें समझनी है, द नेक्स्ट सोसाइटी दैट वी आर गोइंग टू लुक एट will find its definition in all these teenagers and all these children that are around us. And only technology cannot make society. तो हमें इनके ह्यूमन फैक्टर को कहीं ना कहीं स्ट्रेंथन करना होगा so that the society again remains human. So thank you so much everybody. But before this call comes to an end, जैसा कि मैं हर बार करता हूँ, ब्लब वर्ल्ड हर महीने दुनिया भर में ऐसे बच्चे ढूंढता है जो कुछ अमेजिंग कर रहे हैं एंड उनकी स्टोरीज दुनिया भर के बच्चों के साथ शेयर करता है. तो आज ऐसी छोटी सी एक स्टोरी आप सभी के लिए that comes from Delhi, India. ये ऐसा बच्चा है who was born with a disability of autism. बोलने में बहुत ज्यादा तकलीफ थी, चलने फिरने में बहुत ज्यादा तकलीफ थी, उठना बैठना भी मुश्किल था, लेकिन उसके पेरेंट्स और टीचर्स और आसपास के सारे लोगों का सबसे बड़ा कंट्रीब्यूशन ये था कि उन्होंने उसको एक होप दी और उस होप को इतना नर्चर किया कि वो ऑटिज्म से ग्रस्त बच्चा आज ऑटिज्म को रीडिफाइन कर रहा है एंड ही राइट नाउ इज नोन एज इंडियाज फर्स्ट teen autistic model. He studies in the open school and that's Pranav Bakshi. He is the India's first teen autistic model who does modeling full time, earns a living out of it and is doing amazingly well. इन सारी टीन स्टोरीज जो हम इतनी बार सुना रहे होते हैं, सुन रहे होते हैं, जान रहे होते हैं, उन सब के पीछे किसी पेरेंट, किसी टीचर का बहुत सारा एफर्ट होता है. तो आप लोग अपना एफर्ट बनाए रखिए और ये विश्वास रखिए कि जिन बच्चों के ऊपर आप एफर्ट ले रहे हैं वो आपको एक बहुत ज्यादा बढ़िया समाज और एक बहुत ही अमेजिंग भविष्य देंगे. सो वंस अगेन थैंक यू एवरीवन फॉर बीइंग हियर विद अस. कोशिश कीजिएगा on 10th of January you are there. The top 3 ideas from every round table will be awarded on the 10th from morning 9 to 1. We'll be again live on this very link and we'll be talking with amazing line of people about literature, about studies, about academics, about education, and most importantly, why is the opinion of teens important? क्यों ऐसा है कि उनकी ओपिनियन जरूरी है. So thank you once again everybody. If you like the session and if you want to attend the future ones, you can open your audio, say a big yes, and thank you so much for being a part of the Blub World's 4th Global Education Meet. Thank you, people.
Yes, of course, Daksh. This is beautiful.
Yes, Daksh, it was very
Anytime, it was a beautiful experience earlier also and now again. We'll look forward for the next.
Thank you very much. Thank you
Keep it
everyone.
up. Keep it up, Blub World.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, people. Thank you so much, everyone.